But dude, so you get drafted 3rd overall by the Lions.
Third?
Come
on, man.
Second. Wow, I'm so sorry for disrespecting you. 2nd overall by the Lions. What is your initial thought when you get to the Lions? Because the Lions, we can look at now, we're in 2025, like, holy shit, what a franchise. Campbell's got those boys going. You're a part of a terrible franchise at this point.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm sure there's a level of excitement because you're the 2nd overall pick. Who was the first?
That was
quarterback, Oklahoma.
Yep, Sam Bradford. Who I sacked, by the way.
Hit him one of those?
I was hot.
Who I sacked, by the way.
Hot. But the thing is, I was told, maybe 2 weeks before the draft, because I took a visit to St. Louis and I just had an eerie feeling like, man, these dudes aren't going to pick me number 1. And being competitive. Detroit, great visit. Gunther Cunningham loved me and really kind of had the main decision-making power from that standpoint, as he had the old statesman there. And then I went to Tampa, and Tampa was like, man, we love you. We're going to come get you. We got 12 picks. We're going to throw the house at Detroit and come get you. I'm like, perfect. And they called me right before the draft and they were like, would you drop? And I was like, no, but you can come get me like we talked about. And I didn't know they knew that Detroit wasn't going to let me get past 2. And then they had insight because Schwartz and all those guys with Jeff Fisher, they're all friends. So they knew they were taking Sam Bradford. So they knew they were going to be able to get me and they didn't have to do anything. So lo and behold, I get drafted by Detroit and I was actually pissed off. And it was because I was expecting Tampa to come get me. And that's what I was told. And that's what the last conversation I had with my agent. But I was like, man, you know what? Let me be humble and be like, everything happens for a reason. So it's like, this city is blue collar and grinders, all about work. This is my type of people, strong Black community, all these different things. And so I was like, man, let me go in here and try and change the culture and whatnot. And so when I got in there, you see they brought in Kyle, have Dom there. They got Matthew Stafford, they got Calvin, they got a group of guys. And let's go. Let's try and make some hay. Yeah. That first year was tough.
What was your record your first year?
6-10. It sucked. But I obviously I had a good individual year, but I wasn't happy with that by any means. So then we turn around and have an opportunity the next year to come back. I think we were 11-5, which was better. Got to the playoffs, lost in the first round, but started to see. And I think what they realized, especially from a front office perspective, we got to get rid of certain guys because they're just here collecting checks, which was terrible to see from that standpoint. But man, I just went back there and went to the facility for the first time in a decade. A little surreal, but I love that city. I'm there all the time. I do a bunch of business, got a bunch of mentors, Dan Gilbert, Gary Schiffman, had dinner with him the other day. I love that city, man.
Yeah.
It's
what was it
home.
What was it like when you left Detroit? Why were they not able to keep you there and make you the guy for your entire career? Man, as I always say, I got kicked out. I wanted to stay there. And I'll say this again, and I said it before, at the end of the day, man, they had an opportunity. They had every opportunity to keep me there if they wanted me to stay there. I gave them last minute. I remember leaving church right during free agency in 14-15. And my agent, you've got a great deal with Miami. You're gonna be highest paid, super crazy guaranteed. And yes, Oakland is paying you or offering you a couple $1 million more. But if you look at taxes and all those different things, because I had spreadsheets, all these different things of breaking down, all right, they play these tax-free cities. They have these ones that are non-tax-free. What all the numbers would break down to. I would be losing money going back to Detroit and seeing that thing, being in that organ, because their tax rate's I think 4 or 5% or whatever from a state perspective. So I said, I still love Coach Caldwell and I feel like I should be in Detroit. Give them the option to match. He said he went back and they didn't want to match.
Where were they at before? How far off were they?
I'll let you ask them.
Okay.
Get Sheila on the Bussin With The Boys and you ask her.
But you know the number.
Oh, I know the number.
Yeah.
I know the number.
God.
And it was nowhere near what I was getting.
Really? Nowhere near. And you at this point,
you felt pretty disrespected on the way out?
Oh, no question. Without a question. Think of it like this. We joke all the time, but it's all out of love. No love.
Damn.
Clip it. You know, the Lions franchise is like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I mean, bro, how did they not keep you? I mean, you're there 4 years, right?
Yeah, I was there 5 years.
5 years.
Yeah.
5 years of true, absolute dominance.
Yeah. Like even like say we don't really know if we like. Yeah.
Nice. Little mic adjustment, all good.
We don't even know if like, all right, he's a head case or whatever it is. Say whatever you want to. We'll franchise you.
Mm-hmm.
You got to do it for one more year. I just had one of my best years of my career. Yeah, I had my rookie year, I had 10 sacks regular season, but I had 10 sacks going into the playoffs. Like I had 8.5, and then I got another 2 in the playoff game that we should have won against Dallas. So I had my best year. And you don't even consider like franchising me if you're unsure. You need one more year to figure out, oh, is he really worth us giving him a bag?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you gotta keep talent like that on your roster.
2015, you signed the biggest deal for a defensive player in the history.
Yep.
15 and 16, you have 2 career years. Mm-hmm. You're like top 60 in the NFL, top 100.
Yep.
2017 season happens, and you get released after that season.
First time ever cut in my history.
What happened in Miami?
I will not speak of his name, but Stephen Ross was put in a terrible position where he had to choose between me and the head coach. And rightfully so, and maybe not even rightfully so, at the end of the day, he had no control, from my understanding. And because the person that had control was the head coach that had the ability to cut and bring players in and whatnot. It wasn't even the GM at that time. And this was like a super weird situation or whatever. So this head coach had a vendetta for me for whatever reason.
Was there a moment that caused the friction?
I think there was a handful of moments throughout the probably 2 years that I was there with him as a head coach, because Joe Philbin was the first coach that I had in Miami. And then Dan Campbell was interim, which was a blast, like a great dude to play for. Got to catch up with him in Detroit recently. And then this slapdick came in as the head coach for the last 2 years of my tenure in Miami.
And he had roster control. And he goes up to the owner of the Miami Dolphins and says, him or me.
Basically.
That is crazy.
Yeah. And he got rid of Jay Ajayi, tried to ruin his career, like, and outed him like in our team meeting in like the most weirdest way, and sent him to Philly. And I think Jay Ajayi ended up winning a championship with Philly, which was a great situation for him. But yeah, he was trying to, like, he had vendettas out for like guys that just didn't grovel at his feet, which was weird to me.
He wanted people to kiss the ring for him.
Yeah, it's like, but what ring did you earn?
Right.
I don't even know if he ever won a championship.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so
like his claim to fame was like, I was the OC or like the quarterback's coach for Peyton. Man, Peyton didn't need you.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Peyton was way good before you. Like he had Tony Dungy, Jim Caldwell. Like he had like real coaches that actually made him, and like, AKA his dad is a boss too. So like it came with the roots.
Yeah. Yeah.